think this is on. Oh, we are. And there's sound too. Okay, good. There we go. Oh, welcome. We already have somebody. Thank you. So what I'm about to do before I begin this reading for all signs, right? Who's coming toward you in love and romance? What I usually do off camera in my VIP, regular private reading friends, they know I do this because I do it on camera usually. But when I'm doing the public stuff, I usually don't do this, but I usually pray an Our Father because I'm Roman Catholic, okay? Well, actually Irish Catholic now. But I usually pray the Our Father, or Hail Mary, Oh my Jesus. So I'm just going to do that now because I forgot to do it before the camera came on. So I don't cross the full way that you learn in catechism anymore, okay? Because it makes an upside down cross. So, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Please, Heavenly Father, please allow me to give the most accurate reading to everybody watching this, and that it will guide, these readings will guide them and quell fears and give guidance and just something they can rely on as an additional layer of information in which to build or move forward in their life. Oh, good kitty. My kitty's finally eating. Thank you, God, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Oh, my Jesus, forgive us our sins, save us from the fires of hell, and lead us into heaven, especially those I need thy mercy most. As it was in the beginning, is now, shall be, a world without end. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, please pray for us sinners now at the hour of our death. Amen. Okay, welcome. I don't know who all is here. Only one. Okay, good enough. So, today's reading is Who's Coming Towards You in Love and Romance. It is in all signs. We will begin with Aries and go through all the way to Pisces. Now, this is not necessarily the person that you're thinking about now, okay? I'm trying to determine or forecast who is coming towards you, whether it's new or old. Hopefully that will come out. I do have a spirit guide named Jenny for those who are new that speaks to me during readings. I receive messages clairaudiently, clairvoyantly, and clairsentiently, and I'm a feeling empathic. I get either Jenny speaks to me, or I see it as like a vignette in my third eye, or I get images or words drawn on my stomach upside down. Don't ask me why. Sometimes I just get info dumps. Some information or color is like dropped into my head, okay, or my consciousness, however you look at it, okay. So I've chosen all the decks that we're going to use. The Good Fortune Tarot will be the primary. The Clarifier will be the After Tarot. If we need additional information, we have the Double Majors, which is just the majors, Major Arcana, but it has two versions of the same card, right? Kind of like a before and after kind of feel for it. And if we need information, sometimes in love and romance readings, we'll want to know what led up to this. So we have the Before Tarot. So we have before, after. Please like, share, and subscribe because it helps boost the channel, and I would do it for you, okay? Okay, it's going to be a lonely read, it looks like. One moment, please. Aries. Aries. Super chats are welcome. If you'd like a private reading, please contact me at the ministryoftarot@gmail.com. I will not message you for private readings, okay? Whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, here, okay? Sometimes I will email my clients and run specials, okay? But that's the only time, but I do that via email, right? Anyway, hello. Welcome to the Aries reading. Who is coming towards Aries? Now, this would be in the month of May, right? May, let's say the next 3 months. Who's coming towards Aries in the next 3 months in love and romance? Who's coming towards Aries in the next 3 months in a love or romantic way? I heard one word which I can't discern, and then I heard Tallahassee. I mean, I know it's a city, but it's like so left. You know, I'm in San Francisco, so I don't even think about Tallahassee. Where's that, Florida? I think so. You have the Sun card in reverse. Not terrible. And then you have the High Priestess in the upright. This is a good fortune tarot. You have the Magician card in reverse. Right off the bat, they might be shy or secretive. The World card in reverse. I don't know if it's an X. The Ten of Wands in reverse. Here it is in the upright. Here you see somebody building a tree house. Now the Ten of Wands in the upright is a burden worth carrying. I'm going to pull 6 cards. And then the Hermit. Now, you have 2, 3, 4. 4 majors out of 6 cards. Okay? So this is not a light relationship. It's karmic in the way that you were meant to have that experience with someone. I'm thinking, well, the signs you have here is Leo, Taurus, Virgo, and Aries, Gemini, Virgo. So you have 2 Virgo cards. It could be their sun, moon, and rising. And now keep in mind, since this is an X, and you probably had readings on them before, and they usually come up in a certain way, meaning they're always like the Emperor, or they're always the Hermit. For those people, this is an X. If you haven't been in a relationship in a long time, and you don't know who this is, I mean, this is hard to verify, but it might be a past life connection. Just kind of absorb that information and put it aside because I won't be able to prove it to you, okay? Unless you dream about them, right? Someone who's secretive or maybe holding secret feelings, okay? If they're an ex, they're like, I don't think I should make a move, you know? I don't think I should make a move. It was a hassle in the past, right? I'm still looking for answers about it. But, you know, intuitively, they know the answer, right? This is the happiest card in the deck, even in reverse. But you're on the cusp of brand new everything because it appears over the World card, right? This means you're about to start a new cycle. However, if it's an X, you have a danger of repeating a cycle, like the same things, the same problems, the same issues, whatever it was that broke you up in the first place, the reason why they're your ex, nothing's really changed. They still have secrets. They're still like no action, you know? Because the magician in the upright is someone who takes action. They take all the information, all the resources, and they make stuff happen, right? They're capable of handling and multitasking and prioritizing you. Okay? Hello, everybody. Now, if say your ex is dead or something, and this you don't know who this is, right? If it's a new person, they're secretive. They're not prone to making the first move, even if they're a dude, right? Even though that's their job to make the first move, they don't do that. Strong Virgo energy. Maybe they're just coming out of a relationship that was a burden that wasn't worth it. Because the Ten of Wands in the upright, this is someone that's like, okay, this is a burden worth carrying. I have a goal to build something, right? That will envelope me, I want to say, right? That will make me feel protected. So this person, has had some damage done to them, like everybody else in the world, right? But when you meet them, they're not going to talk about, that's the clue, they're not going to talk about the past. They might mention offhandedly, oh, I'm just coming out of a relationship. Well, why don't you tell me that? I'd rather not. It's like that. They're secretive about it. And it might even feel like you might come at it, Aries, as well, what are they hiding? But it really isn't that. It's just they don't want to relive it in their head because they've lived with it for so long and they're just trying to move it out of their energy. Okay? And summer might play an important role. So next 3 months, May, June, July, August. So this is going to the next 3 months, right? So something may happen in August, maybe on the end of August, on the cusp of September. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. I'm going to clarify with the after tarot. So who's coming towards you? Someone who, we have majors. So it's someone who wants to be taken seriously. Okay. They might have psychic gifts themselves or believe in the esoteric like tarot, like yourself, all right? But they're at the end of something. So what kind of secrets are we talking about? This is High Priestess in the upright mean. What's this High Priestess in the upright mean for Aries and the person who's coming towards them in the next 3 months? I heard definitely an X. And I usually don't get full sentences like that. So it's not 100%, but most of the time when I get full sentences, it's like a warning. Okay? But just kind of couch that as only a possibility. So we're clarifying the High Priestess. What does this mean? Is this secrets? Is this intuition? Is this the untouchable woman or the wholesome? What's another word for it? They might think you're out of their league whenever we get this card. Okay, if you're a woman. If you're a dude, they're not going to make the first move and you're not making the first move. So they might mistakenly think that you're shy. Okay? But generally happy, right? We're optimistic. But they want all new everything. But we'll clarify that. Right now we're clarifying the High Priestess, which is clarified by the Ten of Cups in reverse. Now, after tarot is not meant to be red in the reverse. So I'm just acknowledging that it came in reverse. So there's a blockage to happiness, but they won't show this. So this is secrets, okay? They have a family, okay? Now, 2 10s as a tarot cluster mean new job or lucky break. So this person might have recently changed jobs or is in the process of changing jobs when they meet you. Yeah, there's partnership. There's a blockage to partnerships. Now, this is a number 2 card. This is a number 2 card, so this card is related to that. Now, here in the Active Tarot, this is someone who wants to share, right? They have issues with partnership. They just ended one, possibly a full-on marriage. So they might recently be divorced or about to get divorced. Same thing if it's your ex. You know, you parted ways, they married somebody else, they're coming back because now they're not married anymore. You know, pay attention to that. Okay. Magician. They might even, well, depending on what, so this can mean silent treatment, or I'm not talking about my feelings, or I'm not making a move, right? Because the Magician is always the first move card for me. Well, not even for me. I mean, Jane Lyle says it's a first move card. So. What does this Magician card in the reverse mean for Aries and the person who's coming in the next 3 months in love and romance? What is this Magician card in reverse mean for Aries and the person coming in the next 3 months, within the next 3 months in love and romance? Now, if you're married or with somebody and you're in a happy relationship and you're wondering why you're watching this video, pay attention to that you were drawn to this video and you're continuing to watch. Okay, that might be a sign that there's some hidden meaning or information, right? Or maybe you're just looking for answers. Okay? So, is this person looking for long-term? Perhaps. Typically, people who get married want to marry again. They usually marry in the first 3 years after, statistically, after they get a divorce, right? You might meet them in a group situation, okay? A festival, a wedding, an engagement party, a baby shower, a music festival. Ooh. So there's something going on below that I can't show, okay, unless, I don't want to be monetized, right? But there's copulation here, okay? Now, there's a block towards materialism or I almost want to clarify that card we don't speak of because it is blocked. This person might move slowly, okay? Or it's sex without love. They're just looking for some tail, okay? So no major moves. This person might be like intense just in nature, right? So the card we don't speak of symbolizes Scorpio, Capricorn, and Leo for me. Please clarify the meaning of this card we don't speak of. Please clarify the meaning of the card we don't speak of for Aries for the next 3 months. Please clarify the card we don't speak of. I heard I'm hungry. But it's the way it was like, because usually I don't get inflected words. But it's like somebody was like, I'm hungry, and I was clarifying this card. Okay? And look, we have the Justice card in the upright, and it's the alternate Major Arcana card. Where she stands up, she's still blindfolded, and she's still holding the scales. This person might work in the justice system or is a city. Hi, Joshua. Maybe at the end after Pisces. Right now we're on Aries. But thank you for asking. Right? Libran energy, they want to be fair. So if they're just looking for tail, they'll tell you for that. They'll tell you, I just came out of a relationship and I'm just not, even though I'm not a commitment phobe, I'm just not talking about this right now. So they won't want to talk about commitment. But they will want to talk about romance. You're welcome. Okay. Let's put that aside. It's pretty straightforward, right? This person's coming out of something. Even though they're not a commitment phobe, they're not looking for something right now, so it'll be really, really slow. Their focus will be on more romance than love. So I'm going to clarify this World card, just so we can move on to Taurus. What's this World card in reverse mean for Aries and the next love or romantic partner in the next 3 months? What does this World card in reverse mean for Aries in the next 3 months? So the advice is you're going to have to take it slow with this person, because something won't even, if you meet them like tomorrow, it's not really going to progress until like August. Okay. Oof. Yeah, this person is with the Knight of Sword in the upright. Like I said, they're kind of battle wounded, much more so than what some readers might call the Nine of Wands, okay? But this person they know what they don't want, okay? They don't want, and you have Justice card in reverse. Now, repeating cards are important statistically, This is 2 pulls out of like 8,000, math-wise, right? But they're blocking commitment, and they don't even want to talk about whatever they just went through, and it seems like a divorce. Okay, so move slowly with this person. Okay, I wish I could tell you more about them, but it's the fact that even the High Priestess shows up. This person is secretive, and I'm not being shown a whole lot, and Jenny is not telling me a whole lot about this person. They might be from Tallahassee. Okay, they might be from Florida, or they might do... Tallahassee is important, so if that comes up in the conversation, remember this reading, okay? But they're secretive. They don't want to show all their cards. That's why the Magician card is in the reverse, okay? Okay. And it could be like the secretiveness might be the result that so much was exposed about, maybe their sexual habits or likes and not during the divorce or the last relationship, right? I'm just saying. Okay, now we're going to move on to Taurus. Welcome, everybody. So I very rarely do readings at the end, but I have the past couple times. So Yeshua, if you would think of your... But when I do, it's like yes, no kind of stuff, right? But we'll see. What is coming... Who is coming towards Taurus in the next 3 months in love and romance? Who is coming towards Taurus in love and romance in the next 3 months? Who's coming towards Taurus in love and romance in the next 3 months? Ooh, I feel really tense. And it's the kind of tenseness that I didn't have before I turned on the camera. So, and I feel kind of woozy. Not necessarily nauseous, but I mean, I have to tell you what I'm seeing and feeling and, because it might be important, okay? You have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. They might be a master or expert in their field. You might have met them through, you met them through work. Now, if you don't work for a living, because the Three of Pentacles, these are both work cards to me, right? Or to anybody, really. Right off the bat, well, let me explain. So if you don't work for a living, you met them through their work. Like they're the butcher that you see at the store every week, or, when you meet them through their work if you don't work, okay? But these are two work cards. This person is a master because in the upright, this is an apprentice, right? This is someone learning something. And it's in reverse for you. So this person is an expert or a master, okay? They lead others, most likely, because they're a master. This person, I don't know, with Three of Pentacles in reverse, they could have been an architect in the past, or they are an architect, or they have the degree, okay? But they don't use it. Or they've suffered a tiny, tiny expense that they weren't expecting recently. So that's important information. The next card that you have is the Three of Wands in reverse. Now already you have two threes. So if we get 3 threes as a tarot cluster, that means lies, right? But in the reverse, this is ships are not coming in. Communication is, because third house is a third house of communication. They might have strong Gemini and Scorpio in their chart. Okay. But this person isn't signaling for a commitment unless we get different cards, right? Yeah, same orientation and same placement as Aries. Okay, you have the World card in reverse. And you saw me wash the cards and shuffle it multiple times, right? So you might be dealing with an Aries. But again, strong Gemini because you have the Lovers card in the upright. And it's right under the Three of Pentacles in reverse. You might meet them through training, okay, if it is through work. And it's mandatory training, and it's not necessarily enjoyable. But this person somehow makes it enjoyable for you. They might even be teaching it, especially if you get the Hierophant, right? And then the Moon card in reverse. Now, you have 3 majors on the bottom and 3 minors on the top, right? This person, if you meet them through work, they might be looking to work elsewhere secretly. Okay, because sometimes it's the moonlighting card or secrets come out about a lost opportunity. Remember, you already have 2 threes. So if we get a third 3, that's lies, right? But they're open to love, okay? But work is important to them somehow. I feel like looking at the bottom of the deck, which I don't usually do. So they could be a water sign, okay? Because you have the King of Cups in the upright and the Temperance card in reverse after that. So this person is open emotionally, okay? This is secrets. This is not a secret. Strong Piscean energy, strong Gemini. Strong Gemini. Okay. They might also be a fixed sign. So with the After Tarot, let's clarify. So what do I want to clarify? I want to clarify the Lovers card. Please clarify the Lovers card in the upright for Taurus. And who is their next romantic or love partner? Next 3 months. Remember, I felt tense and I kind of woozy, not quite nauseated, just kind of like, ooh, I feel like I could become nauseated kind of feeling. This person may have, uh, they might have cheated on their partner or a significant relationship in the past. I want to say at least once. I'm not saying to do that now. I'm just saying this person falls hard. Like, they like the honeymoon phase for sure. What's this Lover's card in the upright mean for Taurus, and who's coming in love and romance next 3 months? More. It's quite possible that this person has back problems or like an ulcer. I don't know. Work might be stressful, or the fact that they might be looking for another job might be stressful to them. Now we're clarifying the Lover's card. What does this mean? Does it mean a lover's choice? Does it mean a Gemini? Does it mean love? Right? Because they're clothed. So, as you may recall from the Rider-Waite tarot deck, this is an Adam and Eve themed, where they're in the Garden of Eden, right? But these people are clothed, right? And he may wear his heart on his sleeve because he has like a big heart on his, on his clothes, right? Clarified by the Knight of Cups in reverse. Now, we don't read reversals in After Tarot, but we do acknowledge that they're in reverse because they're blockages. Okay? See how, in this deck, the Knight of Cups, you see how he's drinking, kind of looking over? They may be like in a lighthearted, normal way, kind of stalkerish. Like once you get to know them, they're checking you out. Not like in a way that Scorpio would, but it's not so much keeping tabs. It's like, okay, they might look at who's liking your stuff, so it's not jealousy really. It's like, okay, they're just trying to find the lay of the land. They might not offer love at first because they're just watching you, but they'll definitely make a first move with the Magician card in the upright. I heard pulling out all his stops. So if you date this person is very romantic, and they'll take you to nice restaurants. They'll, open the car door for you if you're a girl. You know what I mean? This person likes to dazzle their dates, I want to say. They like to make a big impression. It's important that if they're a dude, to be viewed as a man, a gentleman. Now, if you're a dude watching this, they might have a Gemini, Pisces chart. They might be just ending something. Maybe they're just, I don't know if this person is like a Gemini where they like to have another relationship in pocket before they quit the old one. So in that sense, they could be cheating, right? Like it's an emotional cheating. But remember, when I say the word cheat, okay, I'm going to destroy or explode or napalm cheating. Cheating is not so much, being with another person biblically, okay? And then not telling the other person and just, using them to like watch your stuff at home or whatever it is while they're going out and having fun. They cheat you out of a life that you could have, and a partner you could have, and a relationship you could have that's full of loyalty and love and commitment. Okay? The person who cheats, like sleeps with whores but keeps the Madonna, uh, if you knew, they knew if you knew about it that you would dump them. But they want to keep this security, so they're using you and they're cheating you out of a life that you could have, a better life with a better person. That's 90% of the cheating part, okay? Which is a really shit thing to do to somebody for reals, okay? Anyway, so now I want to see what this Three of Pentacles in reverse is. What does this Three of Pentacles in reverse mean for Tauruses and their next romantic, who is coming towards them in love and romance in the next 3 months? What does this Three of Pentacles in reverse mean? For Taurus and who's coming towards them in love and romance next 3 months? Sorry I went silent there for a second. I thought I was getting a message, so. Now, for those who are new here, I don't randomly cut the cards. The cards where I'm supposed to cut them, they kind of light up for me. Okay. So, Seven of Swords. Here you see this person is about to get caught in something. I think this person has somebody and they're just trying to move out of the relationship. The Eight of Wands in reverse. Now, there's a blockage to communications. This person, if they're a dude, they might play the 4-day rule game. You know those games, communication games that most men in America play, right? Not European. Europeans will, like to show you that they like you. Here in America, they don't. It's like a stupid thing, right? Now, 2 8s of tarot cluster means surprise developments. I think this person is moving out, even if they're a leader, like even if they own the company. Not seeing that. I'm seeing somebody who's mastered something. They're thinking about changing income streams, okay? I think this person has been caught before. I think they were caught cheating. And then you have the moon in the upright. Now the moon, you have a repeating card, right? Statistically, that's hard to get, even with 2 decks, okay? Yeah, I mean, this person might be honest about the fact that how their last relationship ended. And they might come out and say, yeah, I cheated on them, Once a cheater, always a cheater is a pretty good rule of thumb. I leave it up to you, okay? But I think they're just not quite apart from that person. I think they still have them, but they're moving out. They've decided that they're moving out of this relationship and they just want to start something new, and be able to go, I don't know. Even if it's a girl, it's the same scenario, okay? I don't just read for dudes and women. It's both. They tend to meet people through work. They're ending a cycle. They will make a first move. They'll check you out a little bit lightly. This person is romantic and dreaming and will, pull out all the stops. But Casanova did that. But, he was successful because He made women feel beautiful and loved and cherished and all that. So he was able to get a lot of tail, right? So this person is a sophisticated. They could be a player a little bit, or they're just playing the field to see who they go. This person needs a new thing before they leave one, you know? So there's some kind of preoccupation with security, okay? And this is the type of person who would move in with you, or sorry, not move in with you, would want to move in together pretty soon after, they're with you. If you're good enough, they'll, to them, I'm sure you're fabulous, but if you're good enough to them or acceptable enough to them to provide this security, then they would move in with you. But they're the type that would have endless. See, for women, if someone asks to move in, they're asking you, you're good enough to marry, or your marriage certificate, certifiable. So, I want to see how we are together when we live together, right? It's a first step towards a marriage. But this person can go on endlessly. Okay? If you're a woman watching this reading, I would hold back the marriage, the stuff you would only do for a husband. Okay? Like, don't act like a wife. Act like a girlfriend who lives with them. Okay? There's some things you won't do, whether it's in bed, or whatever's, right? Hold back. Because it's the right thing to do anyway. Don't act like a wife so he doesn't have to marry you, kind of thing, right? Because really, you have the way you are with boyfriend, girlfriend, and then you have, you go deeper with a husband-wife type, right? Anyway, that's my thing. Okay. Well, that's interesting. This is lasting 42 minutes for just 2 signs. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting this to whip these out. Okay. Geminis. I'll try to move faster, guys. Hi. Welcome, you guys. I know it's a little late for me to be starting these. I apologize. But I slept till 5 today. So, meaning I got up a couple hours ago. 3 hours ago. Who is coming in for Geminis in love and romance in the next 3 months? Who is coming in for Geminis in love and romance in the next 3 months? Who's coming in for Geminis in love and romance in the next 3 months? It's someone who's, when they speak, the spittle builds up on their lips. That became very clear. Or you're thinking of somebody who's like that. I don't know. That image came up. It's not gross or anything. It's just like a thing that tends to happen with people who are fast talkers. Okay. So it's more like a physiological characteristic, right? Anyway. Ooh, shit. Wow, mixed message city, for sure. Okay. Seven of Swords, you may have escaped from them before. Now in this Seven of Swords, this person is not running away. They're almost like leaving swords behind so they can be found. Right? So they might be a breadcrumber, right? They'll lead you to a certain point and then they'll hide. Or escape, right? Because sometimes, escape. And then you have the King of Wands in reverse. This is someone who can't keep their promises. I'm sorry. Page of Wands, they'll say that they'll set a date or whatever, and then they'll just like ghost, right? Or they have bad news. I mean, you have this in the upright, okay? Usually this is a marriage card, a commitment card, a secure card. But then you have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Now, 2 pages is a tarot cluster mean trouble between friends. And then you have this card, right? I think you've dealt with this person before. Strong Cancer energy. I mean, they could be any sign. What element am I not seeing here? I'm not seeing water. So even if they're water sign, they might sit in a fire energy, I want to say. But they pretend that they're not fiery. I don't know. I'm just getting really mixed messages. So let's clarify. I mean, I'm not loving this combination, right? They might start fights for this. They might be the type that likes makeup smacks. Okay, so they start fights a lot. But they're not adverse to confusing their love partners. Okay? So there's light emotional abuse. Okay? Or a general self-centeredness that, excludes them from thinking of others' feelings. I don't know. What does this Ten of Swords in the upright mean for Geminis? And who's coming towards them in love and romance in the next 3 months? They might say that they're too busy, or they're busy and that's why they can't, but nobody's that busy. Yeah. It might be a Pisces or Sagittarius. But see, this person is perfectly, well, we don't read reversals, okay? But we have to acknowledge the reversal, right? So they don't want, because I'm clarifying the Ten of Swords, right? In the upright. They want someone to take care of them, but on their terms, right? And they're perfectly knowledge, and they're very strategic about how they manage you. And they manage you by, or they will try to manage you, especially if you're a woman, through your emotions. They'll invite you somewhere and then they'll ghost and they want to be chased, right? That's how they get their attention. And they know that they do this. I don't think they like that they do this. This person may sabotage relationships. Like, they're a control freak. Okay? They're a control freak. They keep people unstable, and they lead people or sabotage relationships so they can control the ending. Because they've been hurt in the past. But, everybody's been hurt. Okay? Are you going to handle it maturely or like an idiot? Okay? Because you'll always be in the Five of Cups. You can say this to the person, Gemini, right? I mean, I'm not seeing a lot of immaturity. Because you don't have any, like the Fool isn't here, the Magician isn't here. So this is probably somebody you already know. Because you have these new start cards, right? Aces and Magician and Fools are new beginnings. meaning it's never happened before because it's a new cycle. But these are new stars. They start, they stop. They start, they stop. So they're in and out, right? And they know this about themselves, but, you know, since no one's, I guess, challenged them, like throwing it in their face, like, I know you're doing this. But no one does anything about it. So there's like this person, he or she has never had to suffer the consequences of their actions because people don't throw it back in their face, right? What's this Seven of Swords in reverse mean for Geminis? And who is coming towards them in love and romance in the next 3 months? Ooh. So you have King of Wands twice, right? So I was clarifying the Seven of Swords in reverse. And again, blocked promises. Now, kings in the upright are usually straightforward, stand-up people. This person is sneaky. And they're sneaky because they don't... Yeah. You took care of them. See the Queen of Swords? And how she's coaxing the butterfly down. She's coaxing change to come in. If you knew this person, I mean, you wanted to marry them, they might even told you that they want to marry. You have two Kings of Wands in reverse. This person can't keep promises. They cause trouble just for the sake of it because maybe they like make up smacks. They know you chase them or they think that you will. They'll not contact you. Well, I was busy. Like my life is crazy busy. But we all know that even busy people can have successful love lives, okay? Okay. So it looks like somebody from the past, okay, might try to come back. And if they haven't committed to you by now, they will never commit to you because you always take them back and don't call them out. You might have like a tumultuous relationship anyway. The tone for the relationship has been established. And since the Death card hasn't come in, it doesn't look like it's going to transform at least in the next 3 months, okay? Now we're going to read for Cancers. Who is coming in for Cancer signs in love and romance in the next 3 months? What's coming in for Cancer signs in love and romance in the next 3 months? Who's coming for Cancer signs in love and romance in the next 3 months? What's coming for Cancer signs? Who's coming in for Cancer signs in love and romance in the next 3 months? I heard tenuous. Tenuous. I didn't hear it twice. Just said it twice. Hello, welcome. You have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. If something was slow moving in the past, it's going to speed up. So you might know this person. Or it just moves quickly and they're an earth sign. And then you have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. If they weren't sharing before, they might share now. Or, because this is the Miser's card in the upright, or this person will spend a lot of money on you to impress you. Page of Cups in reverse. They might have strong Pisces in their chart, or it might be their sun sign. Now, when I say it's in your chart, I mean like in the first, in the ascendant, the moon or the sun. Could it be the Venus? Sure. But here, there's an emotional invitation in reverse. Maybe they withhold a little bit, but we'll have to clarify. You might have met them through work or for training or through a class, or you will. And then you have the King of Wands in the upright. Now, it's in the upright because I washed the cards in between each pull, okay, and in each reading. It's a person who keeps promises. They'd like to make contracts. They'd like to make commitments, okay? They may have to work with contracts in their vocation, okay? And here you have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Now, do you have two knights? You do. So two knights is a tarot cluster, meaning old friends, meaning this could be an ex or someone from the past that you had a crush on, and it's possible, I mean, you know them already, is my point, okay? Now, the Knight of Swords in reverse, they could be a lawyer, an accountant, someone who has to work with numbers or is logical, or they work a lot with words and contracts, okay? So this person knows the meaning of a contract. There's an offer, there's an acceptance, there's an agreement, and then there's the movement, right? They might be either full-on of Arab descent or have Arab blood in them. They might be a leader in their field or a manager of some kind or an attorney or accountant, like I said. I'm going to clarify the Page of Cups in reverse, okay? Strong fire in their chart, but I mean, you have all the elements here, right? So let's clarify the Page of Cups in reverse, because sometimes that means stalker, and sometimes that means someone who, you know, when you have a fight with them, they don't forgive easily. I'm just saying. What's this Page of Cups in reverse mean for Cancer signs? But it could be your energy as well. What is the Page of Cups meaning in reverse for Cancer signs? And who is the next romantic love partner in the next 3 months? I'm not saying they fall in love easy, but they crush easily. Like they respond to... Looks aren't necessarily important to them, although it is on the criteria list or list that they have. But it's not the first thing. They look for someone who's happy, who maybe has their stuff together. Not necessarily financially, but just happiness. They're not remorseful, right? Empress card in reverse, they might not be looking for marriage, and so they might spend money on you, but it's not an expression of how they feel for you. It's not the measure. They spend money on you because they're dating you, okay? But the Empress card is in reverse. So if they're a dude, they're not looking for marriage, okay? I mean, the Ten of Wands in the Outer Tarot is someone who's dropping their burdens or is resting, okay? So they might be just coming out of a relationship, or they're still, even if they've been single for, say, I want to say 7 years, even though I was just looking for example, the 7 years popped into my head, so I have to tell you that. It wasn't necessarily traumatic, but it was hard to pull away from, you know? Maybe this person stalked them and they're like a little gun shy, okay? I mean, they're open to commitment, but not necessarily marriage. Okay? At least not at first. Not in the next 3 months. So what does this Page of Pentacles in reverse mean? Now you have 2 pages, which means trouble. Oh no, you don't have 2 pages. 2 nights. You have meeting old friends. So you might meet them through friends as well. So you might meet them through training, a class, or through friends. What is this Page of Pentacles? I keep calling that a page for some reason. But it's a knight. What does this Knight of Pentacles in reverse mean? They like to keep the peace. Okay? And they might spend money in place of showing emotions. But it's not necessarily transactional. That's how they keep relationships. That when they're not looking for commitment. It's just like, okay, I still like you. I still want you around, right? What's this Knight of Pentacles in reverse mean for Cancer signs? In love and romance. Who is coming towards Cancers in the next 3 months? Now, if you're a man, you might meet them through work. You may want to spend a lot of money on them, or you will. So I'm clarifying what does this mean, right? Because this person's halted. Here it speeds up, right? And then I have the 6 of Pentacles in the upright. Like I said, they spend money on people that they like. And you met them through work. You have the 3 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. They're a master at whatever they do. They're a manager. They're a leader of some kind. But they're not going to show a whole lot of emotions. And to them, a marriage is tiring. So they may have been married before and just kind of want to play it cool, right? All right. That's who's coming towards you. So it's not dark at all. It's someone who wants to date. And, you know, they'll ask you out right away. So if you meet them through friends, they'll ask you out right away, like that night. You know, so in that way, they move quickly, you know. Hello, everybody. Now we're going to read for Leos. Who is coming in for Leos in love and romance in the next 3 months? Who is coming in for Leos in love and romance in the next 3 months? Who's coming in for Leos in love and romance in the next 3 months? Who's coming in for Leos in love and romance in the next 3 months? I almost got out of breath. And when I get out of breath, it was an almost. But when I'm out of breath, it means love. So the fact that I'm almost out of breath, someone may be very taken with you. Now, in this deck, the Good Fortune deck, the 8 of Cups is a little tweaked from the traditional sense, right? Sorry. Here, somebody has 8 cups behind them, or rather 7 cups. Is it 7 cups? Yes. 7 cups behind them. They know they have options, but they have their ideal person in mind. And you may fit that bill, okay? And then you have the 2 of Pentacles. This person may want to travel and may invite you to travel. They're good at balancing their money and balancing the ways and pros and cons of decisions. So they're able to make decisions, okay? Because trust me, you wouldn't believe how many people I meet, like on a daily basis, who cannot just make a decision. Even after having all the information, right? Or enough information. Me, I just make decisions like, okay, if I have to make... Today I made a decision on the fly. Okay, I went to stopped by a work site and someone asked me a question and said, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. And I just made the decision to do it, right? So, I mean, and I know I don't have all the information, but I have enough information to make a decision. This person's kind of This person is good at that, okay? So they're not shy at making decisions. They have their ideal in mind. And Two of Pentacles. They also think you're beautiful, especially if you're a girl. And if you're a dude, they think you're handsome, 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 and that you have a good balance between your masculine and feminine energies. King of Wands. Now you have an elemental pair. This is someone who's looking for marriage, okay? Four of Cups in the upright, which is not promising, okay? Now, you have, in this deck, it's a little different because the cups are filled with some stuff, right? Let me see what it's filled with. Looks like they're filled with leaves, but at least they're filled, right? And the person is wearing a mask of some kind, right? But this cup is full of emotion. So this person's eyes are open. I think they won't see you coming is the meaning of this card. They had their idea. Maybe you come into the life and they're like, oh my God, I didn't believe that this person I want has come in now, right? And then you have the King of Cups in reverse. And it's under the Queen of Wands in the upright. Now, if they're a water sign, they have strong fire. If they are a water sign, strong Pisces, but they can be any water sign. They may like to travel. I think they weren't expecting their ideal to come in. So they may deny this at first. Like, how could that be? You know? Because not only are you handsome or beautiful, you're everything that they're looking for, it looks like, and the feelings that I'm getting. Okay. But I want to clarify, what does this mean, right? Because usually that means rejection. But here, I'm not getting that feeling at all. They might mask the fact that they're looking for a commitment or they think you're the one at first. They might suppress the expression of it, but not the feeling or the knowledge, right? They'll acknowledge it, but they won't tell you at first. I'm just saying. Now, Two Kings as a tarot cluster mean business cooperative, so you might meet them through work. Either their work or you work together or whatever, right? This is Four of Cups in the upright mean for Leos and who is coming in for them. Love and romance in the next 3 months. What is this Four of Cups in the upright mean for Leos and who is coming in to them for love and romance? What's this Four of Cups in the upright mean? They might be easily bored in relationships as well. So this is someone who likes the honeymoon kind of phase. Interesting. Yeah. So I think you come in suddenly for them. You know, like, oh my God, this is my ideal. And they kind of just want to like play it cool and do the right things. The Judgment card is in reverse, but we don't read after tarot. Here there's ascension, right? There's transformation that's happened. And then there's ascension. This is also a divine timing card, right? This person was not expecting you to come in. I don't know what kind of forethought or foresight they thought they had or what their expectations were like. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they weren't focused on love at the time. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles blocked. But here, this person is in motion and there is an offer. because it's clarifying the Four of Cups, they want to move fast, but they're going to take it slow because like, okay, this person could be the one. I really want to make sure that they're the one, right? Okay. Leave that to them. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups, because usually that means walking away from someone, but they're just turning their backs on the Seven Cups, the options they've had in the past, basically. So in other words, so in other words, if this person has a stable of people that they visit every week or whatever it is, like they have more than one pseudo partner, when they meet you, it's like, no, they break off everything because they're like focused on you. Okay. So what does this Eight of Cups in the upright mean for Leos and who is coming in to them for love and romance in the next 3 months? What does this Eight of Cups in the upright mean for Leos and who is coming in? Love and romance, next 3 months. I'm seeing a girl with red hair. So I don't know if you have red hair or they have red hair or if they're Irish or Scottish in ethnicity, ancestry, okay? What is this Eight of Cups or they could be leaving someone with red hair. So that's a clue. If they mention Irish, Scottish, that their last partner had red hair, or you have red hair or something. What does this Eight of Cups in the upright mean for Leos and who is coming towards them in love and romance in the next 3 months? Okay, I'm going to force a cut because my fingers are not tingling. And I'm not hearing Jenny say stop. Oh, yeah. Hot, hot, hot for you. Like, they leave, like, as soon as they meet you, they're like, yeah. They might not try to, because they're serious about you, they won't, like, go after you for smacks at first. They'll try to hold back. Because they want full communications. They want to know all about you, etc. They might even want to travel with you, like I said. This seems like a really cool person. Someone who has a good head on their shoulders, doesn't play games. They might hold back a little bit, but they're not going to hide their feelings necessarily. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay, Virgos. Please look at I have a 12-month reading for Virgos already up. So take this reading, the May reading, the 12-month reading, all that information, and add this as another layer of information, okay? I feel like looking at the cut. Here we have the Eight of Swords and the Magician, both in the upright. And if you're a longtime VIP of this channel, you know that I don't usually do the cuts or the splits. Who is coming in for Virgos in love and romance in the next 3 months? Who is coming in for Virgos in love and romance in the next 3 months? Who's coming in for Virgos in love or romance in the next 3 months? I heard June. I didn't hear it twice, just said it twice. Hello, everybody. Ace of Swords in reverse. The Chariot card in reverse. Strong Cancer. The Temperance card in the upright. Right off the bat, they're like a protector type. Or you're being protected spiritually. Six of Swords in the reverse. Not great. Strength card in reverse. Still not great. You have all reversals. Two of Swords. Someone who can't make up their mind. You don't necessarily know them. Okay. So when they meet you, they can't make up their mind. Or they're patient and really, before clarifiers, someone who doesn't make decisions off the fly, right? They don't make impulsive decisions. They're patient. And I heard they look deep into the picture. So they make careful considerations, right? The fact that you have almost all reversals is not promising, but again, I heard June, right? Yeah, the Strength card in reverse. I almost wanted, because in the upright, this person is convalescing or they want to be taken care of. In the reverse, this person doesn't like to rely on other people, whether they couldn't in the past. It's hard for them to trust. Okay, so they've been hurt in the past. There's a halt because in the Rider-Waite, the upright is the halt. In this one, the halt is in reverse, and you had it in reverse. Because in the upright, the spacey things are moving. Okay? In reverse, there's a halt. Now, unlike the Rider-Waite, in the Rider-Waite, you'll notice that the person doesn't have any reins, so they have no control. Here, this person has reins. I'm going to have to clarify a lot of these because this person is in turbulence right now. Maybe they're, I want to say sick, like ill, going through like a health thing. Here you see the owl with the crown, right? Holding the sword. In reverse, you might be on the cusp of a brand new beginning with this person, or they're not going to talk about or reveal that they need surgery for their health, right? Or they're about to go into surgery. Or they're not going to be truthful about their end game. Okay? Because this is karmic, meaning you're meant to meet this person and have an experience with them. They might have been in the middle of moving and now they have like something that's distracting them health-wise. I want to say. Okay. I want to see the Chariot card. What's the Chariot card in the reverse mean? For Virgos, and who is coming in love and romance in the next 3 months? What's this Chariot card in the reverse mean? For Virgos, and who is coming in for them in the next 3 months? Ooh, I feel like so nervous and tense. So I don't know if this person is nervous and tense. Yeah. There's a halt due to a Gemini, or I gotta cover these up. Due to a Gemini, or someone doesn't like to be a slave to temptation. Okay. Here's the Two of Swords in the upright. Now you have the Two of Swords twice. So it's possible that you've never had a relationship with this person before. So it's not an ex, per se. Now, An ex is someone you dated before, like dated, okay? You've had some kind of thing with them, either a relationship or dating, okay? So this could be a new person or someone you've never been with, okay? They think that you, especially if you're a woman, that you have options, that others find you attractive. And then the Eight of Cups. This person is not examining their emotions about you at the moment or when they meet you, you know? So I want to know what this Ace of Swords is. Is this like lying or is this just not a new beginning? Because it's right next to the Halt card, right? And above the Turbulent Waters card. Michelle, my belle. Your title says, who's foaming? Really? Oh my God. That's crazy. I wonder if I can edit that right now. Thank you. That's terrible. Thanks, babe. You're awesome. It's like a completely different meaning. I am able to change the title while I'm doing it. That's helpful. That's crazy. Yeah, thank you for telling me. Michelle, my belle. Okay. What's this Ace of Sword in reverse meaning for Virgos? And who's coming towards them in love and romance in the next 3 months? This is Ace of Sword in reverse meaning for Virgos. And who's coming towards them in the next 3 months? It's someone who's tense and nervous. Just in general, you know? So we're clarifying the Ace of Sword in reverse. Are they getting surgery or have to? Or is it lies? Or are you on the cusp of a brand new karmic cycle with this person? Yeah. Yeah. This is partnership. So this has to do with you're on the cusp. We're clarifying. This clarifiers, because this question came up. Are you? Oh my gosh. I love that. I can't think of the name Michelle without thinking that. So that's fun. Anyway, so yes, I'm going, what does this mean? Okay, and this narrows down the meaning. So this could mean many different things, like I just said. So what does this mean? The Ace of Pentacles came up. Somebody thinks that you're legacy material, okay? Now, 2 aces as a tarot cluster mean a partnership, okay? So this person is going to hide their feelings. They don't really want to examine it. They might be getting over a Gemini, okay? But they don't want to be a slave to temptation. So this person may have like a hard time determining or separating love and lust. Okay? Now Virgos, as you know, they'll sleep with someone they love. Okay? Because we're just built that way. Okay? We're not whores, in other words. Okay? They think that you're attractive because they think that you have many admirers. Okay, maybe you do. Okay? But they don't want to examine their emotions about it. They're not impulsive, but they go by their intuition. They might have strong Leo, Sagittarius in their charts. Strong Aries, I want to say. But they're looking for legacy, and they might believe that you are it. Seven of Cups. Now this is the After Tarot. That's troublesome. Because with the snake around their waist, I'm not sure that they 100% want to make long-term plans with you. With the star, the hopefulness blocked. I think this person, whoever they are, whoever comes in, they've been burned in the past, so they don't want to get their hopes up. They think you might be the one, but they don't want to get their hopes up. So they're going to be like, it's going to be super slow. If they go out with you, if they end up asking you out, it's going to be super slow. Super slow. Like molasses. They want to make sure that what they get what they see of your personality, of your looks, that kind of thing. Or whether you're going to rip the mask off. Yeah, you have the Six of Swords twice. This person is going through some turbulence, and they might be in the midst of moving house, but they don't know where they're moving to, right? They don't know where the destination is. They might be fed up with the city that you're in right now. They're looking for a change, but they're not looking for fast change. They know they have to make a decision about whether to move forward or not, but you know, when they meet you or if they know you already, there's some kind of, they know they have to make a decision. They want to be protective in their position. They're going to be protecting themselves first because they've had bad experiences, basically what it is. They're not looking for a mother. They're looking for a partner. They're not looking for a roommate. They're looking for a partner, okay? A romantic partner. They want an authentic relationship without agenda, okay? What's this Two of Swords in reverse mean for Virgos? I almost said Pisces. For Virgos, there's no Pisces here. Anyway, what's these Two Swords in reverse mean for Virgos? And who's coming towards them in love and romance in the next 3 months? This person, if they're a dude, they're deciding whether you're the one. Yeah. Oh my God. For real bros. It's a hard decision for them. Because they've been burned. Okay? They think you might be the one, but it's going to move slower than molasses, so it's not going to happen the next 3 months. I mean, it's going to be like slow. They really want to see what you're about when they meet you or when they date you, okay? But they don't want to get their hopes up too high, okay? They're self-protecting, I think. So or you're protected, I don't know. So what's this temperance card in the upright mean for Virgos, and who's coming toward them in love and romance the next 3 months? Now remember, I heard June, right? What's this temperance card in the upright mean? So this person might even rile you up to see what your reaction would be. What's this temperance card in the upright mean? Who's coming towards Virgo in the next 3 months? So my suggestion is not to waste time, to be authentic as quickly as possible, or as much as possible, right? For instance, if you have a temper, show that, okay? That Strength card in reverse again. You have 2 sets of repeating cards. Or like, what does this mean, right? This person is self-protecting. They're generous. They might test you by giving you stuff. I don't know. Yeah, they're going to make the first move. The teacher card, the Hierophant card, the card. You might work with this person. How many 8s do you have? Now, they're looking for a partnership. They think you're the one, but they're not going to get their hopes up. Meaning they're not going to like, oh, this is the one, you know? They're like, oh, I think this is one. But they're trying to like quell that because they probably had that kind of thing before and they were disappointed. So they don't want to be disappointed, but they're looking at you potentially. They're deciding on whether that you're marriage material. Now you have actually 3 aces. What's 3 aces? Good news is on the way. Surrounding cards will tell you what area of life. It's definitely love. And you do have 3 8s because you have 2 strength cards. So this person, I mean, that's news of a marriage. So this person is looking for marriage. You're a candidate, in other words. But I don't think they have other candidates per se. Okay. So you're a serious consideration, but they'll move slow. So it really doesn't, I'm not seeing outcome energy here because they could go anywhere, you know? But they're not looking for a mommy. Okay. They're not necessarily looking for someone to take care of them. They want a partner. A true marriage, someone they can have fun with, be friends with, be lovers with, someone who is a true partner. And not in a business sense. It's not transactional. It's like, anyway, that's the message I'm getting. But don't expect fast movement, Virgos. But if you look at the 12-month, it turns out to work fast. So, I don't know. Just be authentic as possible. Show all of yourself with them. And let them make the decision about whether they want you or not. Because it's going to come out anyway, so you might as well be upfront about it. So I'm not necessarily quick to anger. For instance, I'll just share with you. But when I do lose it, I'm fucking ferocious. But I don't lose it a whole lot. But I will call people out on their stuff. I'm committed, but there's some things I won't tolerate. For instance, people who play communication games, not into that. Not into the as soon as the 4-day rule happens, poop, they're out. The silent treatments are a complete deal breaker for me, So, yeah. Just be honest, okay? And let them see every side of you and vice versa. Make them show themselves to you. Yeah. Another note that I want to say is this person won't share necessarily, but they'll answer your questions. But the more specific, you have to make your questions specific, okay? But they won't lie. But they won't share everything unless you ask, I want to say. Okay, Libras. Who's coming in for Libras in the next 3 months in love and romance? Who's coming in for Libras in the next 3 months in love and romance? Who's coming in for Libras in the next 3 months in love and romance? I heard the name Cher. It was like CHER. So I don't know if they're a fan of Cher. The Hierophant. You may meet them at university, in a class, in training. You might meet them at church or a corporation, like a company. And then you have the Nine of Cups in reverse, right? Here it is in the upright. Here, this person, I always see this card. So each deck, each of my 227 decks speak to me differently, okay? This Nine of Cups is someone who will tell you about their past. They'll define their present self by their past. So an example would be, this happened like 25 years ago. I asked somebody in a social situation, oh, what do you do for a living? And instead of talking about what they presently did for a living, which ultimately, I think they worked at a newspaper or something, but like in a sales position. But what they used to do, he just immediately went into like, I used to be a day trader and then the market hit. And then he told me about all his like great jobs he had in the past, right? So, I mean, I always see this card as that. Like somebody will build themselves up in a different way. Not necessarily lying, but they define themselves by the past, which is problematic all the way around, right? Like, who are you now is what I want to know, right? They might be in between jobs, I want to say, with this 10 of Wands in reverse, or they're transitioning out of one. Here you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Here she is in the upright. Healthy. It's unusual to see the Queen of Cups like that. Temperance card in reverse. It's right underneath the Nine of Cups. I heard the word schmoozer. So this person puts out a persona that's not entirely truthful. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. So here we have Taurian energy, Sagittarian energy, Virgo energy, Pisces energy, water energy. So strong water already off the bat. And I want to say Capricorn fire energy. At any rate, no matter what their sun sign, they might sit in their moon or ascendant energy, actually. So hopefully this person will know their natal chart, so you can narrow it down, or they'll reveal the birth information so that you can look it up later. They sit in their moon or ascendant energy, strong ascendant energy. They might think of them like they might come across like a guru type, even if they're not a guru. So when I say that, I mean like a Les Brown or an Anthony Robbins. They might follow those people. They might go to like motivational seminars or talk about that. There's such a dishonest vibe about this, I'm sorry to say. And I don't know if you're their wish either, because the Nine of Cups is in reverse. If they're not necessarily a player, but they like to think of themselves as that, I don't know. This person's icky. I don't really like that a lot. I don't like it. I'm sorry, Libra. They are comfortable, but not rich. if that's important to you. I don't know. It came to me, so I'm going to say it. It comes in here and it comes out here. I don't know what to tell you. They might have an impatient side. Like they might want to sleep with you right away. And if you're good, they'll come back. I want to say, I don't know. I don't like this person already. I don't like them. They're icky all the way around. They're inauthentic and they're living in the past, which is problematic, karma-wise anyway for them, you know. You won't mean a whole lot to this person. So you have an icky person coming in, whether it's female or male. Okay, they're icky. They don't need you. This is my significator as a second deacon Virgo. They don't need you, you know. They have everything they need, and you're just like a bonus, right? I hear like a fire engine in the background. So it's possible that they're firefighter or EMS. Not that they're icky. I'm just saying, I heard the siren. I got to tell you what the intuit is. You know, all my ports are open when I'm doing readings. So whatever comes in, I'm going to mention, right? And how to interpret it. They might be good at writing, I want to say. I'm getting a lot about this person, but it really sums up to like a nothing burger, basically. I'm not even going to clarify. I don't think you're going to like stick with this person anyway. Okay. Moving on. Scorpio. Thank you for all the likes, you guys. You guys are amazing. I love you. I love you. Now, be sure to watch the other readings that I have on the channel. I know I did a 12-month for Cancers, a 12-month for Virgos. Oh, you're a Scorpio moon? Good, babe. This is perfect. I'm getting more and more open to moon reading. I read for sun signs primarily, but because we have some heavy-duty transits this month, this might be a relevant reading for you. Who's coming in for Scorpios in the next 3 months in love and romance? Who is coming in for Scorpios? Just popped into my lap. I don't know if this person fears being alone with the Four of Cups in reverse. And Aries Venus. Wow. Now, this card's a little bit different. There's a fear of stagnation. I'm just going to lay that out, right? A fear of stagnation or a fear of being alone. Or a fear of offering too much too soon. Who is coming in for Scorpios in the next 3 months in love and romance? Who is coming in for Scorpios in love and romance in the next 3 months? So I'm out of breath. This person could be in love with you already. So you might know them, okay? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, if you guys know me, this is my vanity. This person's either very vain or they're a gold digger if they're a female. Or if they're a male, I guess. If they're a male, they're... what is the name that I use? A schlep, okay? They might be learning something new or learning a new vocation, or they're an apprentice, or they just work with their hands a lot. They could be an artist. And then you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. That can mean a lot, but someone who works with numbers, or contracts or the law. Strong Cancer energy. They may like to travel. King of Wands in the upright, thank God. Now, someone who keeps their promises as a rule. Okay. And then Queen of Cups in the upright. Now, 2 queens as a tarot cusser mean gossip. The fact that you have 1 in the upright and 1 in reverse, good and bad, gossip. So, if you know this person, people talk about them, good and bad, okay? You might meet them through work or you know them through work, okay? Again, someone who has a fear of being alone or has a fear of stagnation. So this person doesn't like to be bored. And if there's any possible fear that they have in commitments or relationships because, it gets boring after a while. So this person needs, their attention stimulated all the time. Okay. I'm not getting anything else. So I'm going to clarify. Oh, you have 3 queens. So this is a group of powerful women, right? So you may have met this person in a female-based company or in a company or a business where there's a lot of women in charge. Okay. They're kind of outnumbered by women, in other words. And you might be one of these women. Okay. What does this Chariot card in the upright mean? They might have to commute for work, like a long distance. Like at least an hour. Or they travel a lot for their business or work. They're on the road a lot. What is the Chariot card in the upright mean for Scorpios? And who's coming toward them in love and romance in the next 3 months? I heard August and then I saw the word in front of me, September. Okay. You don't necessarily know this person, but you'll know them. You either know them through work or you meet them through work. Okay. This person has a decision to make about a car or travel or a commute or something. I don't know, they get tired a lot, possibly because they travel so much. And like I said, well, I didn't say it, but it's what I felt. Their money is blocked in some way, or they spend a lot of money on their commute. Like they waste, or not waste, but they spend a lot of money on gas, which is like a huge expenditure for them each month. But that's how you'll know them or recognize them as this person next 3 months or possibly 4 months, because I saw the word September. They'll talk about their commute and, traveling a lot or traveling a lot for work. I'm not getting like a sense of their romantic past. I feel that this person, like the commute every day, it's just something they do. They date, it's just something they do. So I don't know how serious they are about love or romance or sex. It feels very Aquarian to me, almost. Like it's just a part of their day or their life. And like to Aquarius, sometimes smacks is like having a cup of coffee. It's just something you do, which is a really weird way of looking at that. Okay. I don't know. It's not bad. It's just like, I'm not attracted to it. So, let me see. We have a lot of women here. But they're not love partners. I mean, it's possible. But I feel like he or she works with a lot of women. What's this Eight of Pentacles in the upright mean? What's this Eight of Pentacles in the upright mean? Scorpios. So when somebody has that attitude towards love and romance and sex, which it feels like, which is, ugh, I hate it. This is a person who just lives by stereotypes. Like, I'm a woman, so I do these things, and I have these, low expectations in relationships. Like, this is the type of person that if you were to marry them or be in a long-term, they would introduce you sometimes as their ball and chain, because they just say things. They just keep the status quo, and they behave in a way that's their culture or gender taught them to. I don't know. It lacks depth and it lacks meaning. So I'm clarifying, what does this Eight of Pentacles mean? They might have two jobs. Maybe that's why they're tired. Okay, with the Moon card, which is like a moonlighting card, right? Or they work really long hours. They're preparing for something. See, this is the after tarot. So in the Rider-Waite tarot, this is like a minute after the Rider-Waite. Okay, so these boys are training and competing with each other, and now they're resting. So this person works in a group situation with a lot of women. Yeah. And they don't really have time to even eat or, spend on themselves. It's like this person badly needs a spa or a vacation, right? So they'll talk about how tired they are and all the women they work with and, their commute, and how they spend so much money on that. I mean, it's very, I don't know. This person seems to like not have a lot of depth, but that's me. To me, you may like that, So anyway, it's just a person. You don't have to choose them. It's just the person coming in. Okay. And if anything, use it. If this person comes in, use it as a measure of how accurate my reading is. Maybe. Okay. So you'll come back for more accurate readings. Schlep. Oh, no, what I meant was schmo. That's the word I was looking for, schmo. So the schmo is like a moocher, They just use people and don't have any depth. That's what I meant. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. I'm like, schmo. And then like, maybe it's schlep. Anyway, it's hardly a word that I use because it's a derogatory term, Like if I call somebody a schmo, which I rarely have, I think I've done it twice. Like I do not think highly of that person. Anyway, I can't help sometimes to project my own, what I find attractive. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, you may like this, but ugh, I don't like this. So anyway, I think most people want depth in their love relationships. So I'll try to, where did my lighter go? That's so weird. My lighter disappeared. Oh, there. So I'll try to clear my energy. How are you guys? So I will offer little mini readings at the end here after Pisces, if you want to stick around for that. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. I did. Well, it was hard, but it was much better than last week. Last month was terrible for me, like emotionally. Anyway, Sagittarius. Monkey, baby can Kim, monkey can Kim. Baby can Kim, monkey can Kim. Monkey. Who is coming in for Sagittarius in love and romance in the next 3 months? I want to say a real estate agent. I think you know him. Or they deal with properties somehow. Who is coming in for Sagittarius in love and romance in the next 3 months? Who's coming in? Who's coming in with for Sagittarius in love and romance in the next 3 months? I feel so worried. So I don't know if Sagittarius is worried about who's coming in. 2 Cups, definitely dating. This is a date card. For sure, for sure. I heard they could be the one. Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Knight of Cups in reverse. I was going to say, they might not be offering anything substantial. And then Knight of Wands. Yeah. 2 Knights as a tarot cards are meeting old friends, so you know them or you meet them through friends. Ooh, 3 of Swords. Yeah. See how the owl... Okay. See the owl dropping a crown? Let me get some light. Dropping a crown on one of the person's head, right? Putting a thought in either their head or your head that the other person could be the one. But then I see this with the 3 of Swords, right? In this deck, in the upright, this is healing. Usually it's in the reverse in other decks, right? You can see the same owl pulling out the 3rd sword, right? So that it's 2 swords. They have a decision to make about you. So they offer dating, but not necessarily love, right? You meet them through friends or they're an old friend. Yeah, there's secrets, okay? Strong water. But they could be any sign, but you have 3 water cards, right? Smacks is on the table for sure. There'll be smacks. But they're not offering anything up front. And they might not, they'll try to like not impress you with money. Even if they have money or don't have money, it doesn't matter. They're not going to like take you to the best restaurants at first. Their investment will be low in the beginning. Yeah, kind of like a schmuck, except a schmuck is someone who doesn't know what they have. And they, they're kind of like foggy brained. A schmo is like a low-level manipulator and moocher, but they're obvious, So they look like idiots. So this person will date you to smacks, which is, like they see that as a normal part of getting to know somebody, even though, but it's not in the same way that it doesn't have any meaning. It's like they're looking at the person.
Hi, I was calling you, little baby. Hello. I was looking for you because I missed you. Come, come, baby, come, come. Come, come. You want to come visit everybody? Come, come. I love you. I love you and I missed you. You're my baby. Hi. Hi, little baby. Come, come. Come, come.
So say you're a woman watching this, right? Okay, so let me explain it this way. It's hard to explain. Virgos, for instance, won't jump into the sack with people because they're, just not whores. But they don't necessarily withhold sex, okay? This person, if it's a dude, they know that sex isn't the only thing that women have to offer. So they're looking a little bit more deeply, but they want to try it out, right? With you. Because sex is important to this person, whether you're good in bed or not. Okay? Uh, you may help this person decide to heal if they've been wounded. They'll be secretive, okay? But I want to see if this is addictions too, so I'm going to clarify this. Because it could mean moonlighting, it could mean addictions, it could mean just secrets. You know what I mean? Oh, interesting. So in this deck, one of the dog has a muzzle on their mouth, and the dogs aren't barking at the moon. Right? And the moon is a crescent, not necessarily an eclipse.
Hi, little monkey, the little baby. Yeah. Are you the little monkey baby? Yeah.
What is this moon card in the upright mean for Sagittarius? What is this moon card in the upright mean for Sagittarius, and who's coming towards them in love and romance in the next 3 months? Hello, everybody. Welcome. What is this moon?
Hi, baby. Hi, little monkey.
What is this moon card in the upright mean for Sagittarius, and who's coming in love and romance in the next 3 months? This person may have a tattoo, oh, I know what happened. One of the lights went out. I was like, what changed here? Whether a female or a male, they will have, oh, these are just out of batteries. Okay. They will have a tattoo of some sort. Okay. That's good enough. Let me see. Okay. They will have a tattoo. They're looking for stability. Okay, possibly marriage. They're looking for their true love. And not necessarily a friend. So this person has a view of marriage of like man and wife rather than partnership. Okay? So gender roles will be important to this person.
My kitty baby King. Hi, hello. Hi, little baby. You're biting. It's okay. It's okay. Come. Come. Ooh, little baby. Yeah. You my baby? Little baby. Yeah, little baby. You my baby? Little baby. Yeah. Little baby.
Okay. So let's see what this Three of Swords means.
Hey, my baby. Yeah. I missed you. You're such a good boy. Hey, my baby. Smell. Smell. Yeah.
What's this Three of Swords? Sorry, I had to pay attention to my cat. What's this Three of Swords? Because I'm usually in bed with him by 5, you know, because I don't have a life. So, at 5, he expects me to be there, right? We had an unusual routine today. What's the Three of Swords in the upright mean for Sagittarius? And love, who's coming towards him in love and romance next 3 months?
Hey, my baby. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Got like a weird thing. This person likes eggs a lot, like scrambled eggs. Knight of Pentacles. Now you have 3 knights. What is 3 knights? I think that means adult parties. Yeah, more adult parties. So this person likes to socialize and go out. They might have strong earth and water. They might work in the justice system. Attorney, judge, cop, firefighter, county clerk, legislator. They work with the law or the city in some way. They might be a Libra. They're healing. They're healing. They like to feel at home with people. Home is like an anchor, like security to them. They take that very seriously. They're not necessarily going to offer love in the beginning. They're not really offering anything. They won't take you to the best restaurant. They test you by how you react to what they're offering in the first place. And then over time, they might offer more. I know you're into that. But they will ask you on a date. Okay, that's interesting. They might work in real estate too. So they might work at the treasurer's office, for instance, Okay.
My kitty baby King. Kitty baby. I love you. You're such a good boy. I love you. You're the baby.
Okay. Capricorns. Who's coming in for Capricorns in the next 3 months in love and romance? Who's coming in for Capricorns in love and romance in the next 3 months? Who's coming in for Capricorns in love and romance in the next 3 months? Who's coming in for Capricorns in love and romance in the next 3 months? I really appreciate you guys being here with me. I appreciate you so much. Who's coming in for Capricorns in love and romance in the next 3 months? I heard Tallahassee again. That came up during the Aries reading. So they might be an Aries or also from Tallahassee or from Florida, or Tallahassee would come up during a conversation. Queen of Wands. If whether you're a woman or a man, they think you're beautiful or handsome. They might have strong Leo tendencies or characteristics, but also Virgo. They might be a cusper, a Leo Virgo cusper. Um, this person is very knowledgeable. They're smart. Like it's noticeable. Like, oh, this person's a smart person. Yeah. Three of Pentacles in the upright. They might be an architect because that's the architect's card, or they might be an artist. Eight of Wands in the upright. They're communicative or they like to travel. Three of Wands in reverse is right underneath the Hermit card. Okay. I don't know if you had a lost opportunity with this person in the past or if they just are thinking about moving, but they haven't made a decision. And then they could be strong Virgo because it's Virgo's second decan. Okay. They might be fiery just in general. They might have strong Sagittarius characteristics. Okay. Like they could be either they could express this energy through hyperactiveness, or they could just be quick to anger, but then it fizzles out quickly, you know. But I want to say they're not afraid of going, what do you mean by that? Like they're highly intelligent, analytical. Okay.
Little baby, yeah. Yeah.
So even though it's like 10:30, I still have a lot of laundry to do. Well, I have laundry to do. I have one load. But I've done laundry during readings, and it's like, oh, I had to keep breaking off to go check the laundry, so that's why I waited. I wonder if I should even do it. I should do them tonight. Sorry. So the reason why I talk about things during readings, because I have restraint. It's not like I'm a, fidgety gibbet where I just have to just words spill out of my mouth all the time. There's a reason. So this person might, be neat and tidy and like cleanliness just in general. What is this Three of Wands in reverse mean for Capricorns? And who's coming toward them in love and romance in the next 3 months?
Oh, kitty.
What is this Three of Wands in reverse mean for Capricorns? And who's coming towards you in the next 3 months? I just thought of, I don't know why this is important. I never think of these celebrities, and I don't even know much about this person. But remember Jeremy Renner, who's an actor who got run over by his own snowmobile, whatever it is, and he had like this long kind of recovery. That popped into my head, so they might be talk about Jeremy Renner, or they might have had an accident, whatever, some kind of accident. Doesn't have to be with a snowmobile, but where they had a long rehabilitation, so they might bring that up. Three of Wands in the reverse is clarified by the Three of Wands in reverse. This person is waiting for an answer on something that's important to them. It could be about a job or a move or real estate, because it's a real estate card to me. There's no transformation, or transformation is blocked in some way for this person. They'll talk to you if you date them. They'll talk to you, or not if you date them, but how you'll recognize this person. So they'll talk about the fact that they're waiting on they've been waiting for a while on the answer on something. And it could be anything. It could be about real estate or something. But it's defining them at the moment, so they'll be prompted to talk about it in some way. It's right next to this communications card.
Meow. Meow. Are you a stretchy boy? Are you nice and stretchy? Yeah.
What's this Eight of Wands in the upright mean for Capricorns? And who is coming in for them in the next 3 months?
Baby, baby. Yeah.
What's this Eight of Wands in the upright mean? For Capricorns? And who's coming for them in the next 3 months? They might work in the justice system, or they might be an attorney. Like they might be a property attorney, perhaps. At any rate, they could work in the justice system. They could send a lot of legal notices or communications. There's a strong property feel. This person may invest in real estate because you have the architect's card. Anyway, that's all the information I'm getting about this person. But they're very independent. They want somebody who's independent. Looks are important to this person. They have strong Virgo. But they could be any sign. But strong, you'll think that they'll Virgo, and you'll go, "Are you Virgo?" And they'll go, "No, I'm something else." But you'll notice that they have strong Virgo tendencies or characteristics, even though they may not be a Virgo. That's a sign or a clue.
My kitty baby, my kitty baby.
My little baby's getting restless.
Pretty blue baby. You're my little baby, my good boy, yeah.
Mommy's almost finished, okay? Aquarius. Who's coming in for Aquarius to Aquarius in next 3 months in love and romance? Who is coming in toward Aquarius in love and romance in next 3 months? I heard slow going. So it's possibly someone who moves slowly in dating and relationships. Or like you, they might go with the flow a lot, right? Who is coming in for Aquarius in love and romance in the next 3 months?
Are you my patient boy, my little baby monkey? Meow. Are you my little monkey, the baby, yeah? Are you my little baby, yeah? I love you. You're such a good boy.
They might have strong Leo in their chart, or they might be recovering from something, or they might be recovering from dental work, I want to say. This is a person who might make mountains out of molehills. They might be in the process of moving, or they're just coming out of a time of a Five of Swords where they either won a battle or lost a battle, and now they're kind of just moving into smoother waters.
Meow.
You have the King of Swords in reverse. That's my big manipulator card, right? You might meet them through work, or I mean, you have 2 8s here, so it might be surprising circumstances that you come together. I feel like you don't know this person yet. And then you have the 2 of Wands in the upright. They might be in the process of moving. like house or apartments or something, not moving cities. They might work with their hands or work with money, or they might be learning to do so, or they might be an apprentice of some sort. Uh, I heard the word plumbing, so they might be a journeyman's apprentice, you know. They might work a lot at night, or they just stress, right? Okay, let's clarify. Are they looking for partnership? Sure. But I think they also think they need a vacation. They might talk about vacation, like, oh, I really need a vacation or something like that. And they might be trying to decide where to vacation to. What are they stressed about, though? What does this Nine of Swords in the upright mean for Aquarius? And who's coming in love and romance in the next 3 months? Remember, plumber is a clue. They might be a plumber. What's this Nine of Swords? Hi, baby. Nine of Swords in the upright mean for Aquarius? And who's coming in love and romance in the next 3 months? Whatever it is, they have to work on it on their own. They don't like to trouble people with their stress. Okay, but they will block anybody who wants to give them advice or anything like. They might talk about their problems, but they don't want to hear what you have to say about it. They'll get out of it because they move from a Nine of Swords to an Eight of Swords and then jump up to a Ten of Swords. They're trying to avoid an ending of some kind. Maybe they're training to expand their job experience or knowledge base so that they can self-protect their income stream. I want to see what this means because this is not great. What's this King of Swords in reverse mean for Aquarius?
Baby. Hi. Hi, baby. Are you hungry? You want cookie? You want cookie? Yeah? You want cookie? Yeah, you want cookie? You want kiss kiss? You want kiss kiss cookie? I'll give you cookie in a minute.
What's this King of Swords in the reverse mean for Aquarius? And who's coming in love and romance in the next 3 months?
Look, kitty. Look, the baby. Yeah. Hey, the baby. Yeah. I love you. You're such a good boy.
Yeah. This person has a dishonest side. They're not fair. Yeah. I don't know. They have you have 2 nines, which mean documents. So they could be going through a divorce at the moment and they're not taking any new relationships seriously. They're open to, they have a choice about which path they want to go. Like, do I want to search for another commitment or another partner, or do I just want to play the field? But they have 2 nines, right? This person has problems that keep them up at night. And ultimately, they're looking for transformation. I think they're probably going through a breakup or a divorce, or they just did and they're stressed out. They're trying to avoid an ending with an income. So this divorce or breakup might have affected how they work, okay, or the quality of work, of their work output, like it affected their life. And it might have affected their health too. So that's the clue as to who this is. Are they serious? They're still deciding about which road they want to go down. Because whatever it was problematic. Okay? It was not a good experience. And they're a little gun shy, let's say. Okay, now we're going to read for Pisces, and then we'll do a couple of personal readings, okay?
Hi, Pee-Pee. Pee-Pee.
Now, please get your yes, no type questions ready, and I'll do one for each person. Who is coming in to Pisces in love and romance in the next 3 months? Who's coming into Pisces in love and romance in the next 3 months?
Itty baby, yeah. You want cookie? Yeah, cookie? Yeah.
Who's coming in towards Pisces in love and romance in the next 3 months? I heard Gemini. Who's coming in towards Pisces in love and romance in the next 3 months? I feel like if a Gemini is coming in, you want somebody else, and that's you, not them, right? So you know the Gemini. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Whoever it is not generous, or who's not willing to give, or who's not charitable. Like they're not known for charity. And then Judgment. Who's coming in? I mean, when somebody's coming in towards you, they want to date you, right? Or they're a prospect. And this person is either a Scorpio, or they're not looking for anything long term. Okay? Two of Pentacles in the upright. This person is either well-traveled, or they manage money for a vocation, or they're just good at managing their money. They are offering love. They're either vain or a gold digger. And I want to say they marry for money. Like it's low-level love, but it's high-level commitment because... So, I mean, it's either a gold digger or a schmo, right? So love is transactional to them. I mean, you may want that, okay? They have marriage, they have an agenda, in other words, okay? I'm getting strong Cancer. I heard Gemini. They could be a Scorpio as well, but Sun, Moon, Rising, right? Okay, it's not looking great. What is this Judgment card in reverse? If you know this person, dated them in the past, it's like an ex, they come in as if they're offering, but really you don't have a second chance. They just want something from you, whether it's smacks or money or security in some way. So they could literally be juggling you, which is not a normal interpretation of that card for me. And it really shouldn't be for anybody because it's about money, okay? It's transactional. This is a person who dates for dinner. This is a person who dates to get trips and gifts. I don't know. I don't like it. It doesn't matter whether it's a man or a woman. You're a man or a woman. I mean, if you're a woman, it's a schmuck. Right? What is this Judgment card in the reverse mean? for Pisces and who is coming in love and romance. So this is someone you've been with before. I think it's an ex. Like been with, biblically, like you had a relationship with them. Yeah. Because I'm clarifying this Judgment card in reverse. No second chance. You might be the one who's not offering the second chance, okay? So they will make them unhappy.
I'm almost done, baby, okay? I'm almost done.
They have admirers, there's competition, but they're in a lull right now, so they've come back to you. Yeah. Now, 2 queens as a tarot cluster mean gossip. So they talk to their friends about you. They're quite open about the fact that they appear to be using you. It's not a great reading, I'm sorry. But they're not, see how she's taking care of the fish? She's not taking care of you. So this is especially if you're a woman. I mean, if they're a woman, sorry. Moon card in reverse. I think you know this, though, about them. Oh, it's icky. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Icky, icky, icky. But you might let them do that because you need something from them. You know? So it's transactional still. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? It would be a yes/no question. Otherwise, I'm going to hop up and feed my little monkey.
Hi, little monkey. You want cookie? You want cookie? Yeah, cookie. Yeah, you want cookie. You want cookie? Yeah, I love you so much. I let you have all the cookies you want.
Okay, if nobody has any questions, I thank you for being here, albeit so late. I'm so sorry I had a late start today. So anyway, had to go shopping, and then I had to stop by and do something work related, and anyway, on my day off. And tomorrow, I wanted to do it today. You're welcome, Michelle.
Michelle, my belle.
I have to take a class tomorrow, so that's why I had to do it tonight, and I didn't expect to sleep until 5. I mean, I worked and went out on errands and stuff, and then I came home and I slept. I was up at 4. I don't know why. Just woke up like a shot. Oh, I know what it was. Monkey went on my chest at 4 o'clock in the morning, and he was cuddling with me, so he kind of woke me up when he did that. I love you. You're such a good boy. Thank you for doing that on a Saturday when I had nothing really big to do today.
Yeah, the baby. Little bit, you want cookie? Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for being here with me. I appreciate you so much. And please, feel free to comment on any other themed readings you would like me to perform. And as I have time, I will do them. But certainly by next Saturday. But if I have time during the week, I'll try to knock some of them out for you, okay? Anyway, thank you so much. I love you guys. Bye-bye.